Hello everybody and welcome to part 1 of the 100 subscriber special. So what did I decide to do for this special? I decided to please everybody. I'm going to be doing 4 things, the 4 main things that I like the best out of the suggestions in the comments. First thing, the Jurassic Park Trespasser Secrets video. 2, the East Dock. 3, some Half-Life Deathmatch. And 4, I'll have a quick session with friends on Left 4 Dead. So I hope you enjoy. I don't know how many parts it's gonna be, but hey, we'll find out. So this is going to be part 1, and it's going to be featuring the Trespasser Secrets video. Enjoy. Secret number 1 is a secret that I did not showcase in my LP, although probably a whole bunch of people know about it because it's posted on the Trescom website. It's actually possible, hopefully I don't kill myself in the process, but it's actually possible to get down onto there, yeah, like that, without killing yourself. And if you go, here, I'll just put in fly, just to show you, if you go all the way around, yeah, you can go through the little sprite-like trees, but if you go all the way around the mountain, all the way through a giant long walk that's really boring and not even worth it in my opinion, you can actually come out on the other side, and somewhere around here, you'll hit the end level trigger. So you can essentially just go all the way around the level so you don't have to do it, but in my opinion, it's not even worth it just because it takes so long. Secret number 2 is located in the plantation house. I did show this off in my LP. You may remember the door to the bookcase. That's pretty hard to find the first time around, so it's considered a secret. Even though you'd have seen it if you'd watched my LP, I'll just show it to you anyway. Also, in this level in the backyard, there's a Colt 45. Hi there. Go away. Stop bothering me. But yeah, I'm also going to show off the Colt 45 in this level and how useless it is. Oops. Hi there. Anyways, yeah, you can, there's a calico in here, and there's also gold that matches with one of Anne's unused audio lines where she says it's coffee gold, slaver gold. I don't know if I'll ever show off all the audio lines, but there's a lot of interesting ones that weren't used in the game. They can be accessed in Trespasser by putting the different voiceover numbers, and it'll play them for you automatically. As long as they're located within a TPA file, it will play them. It'll say it isn't found if it's not in a TPA file. Anyways, on to number 3. For explorers, this is quite easy to find, but it is in fact considered a secret. Kathy's Beach. It's supposed to be the same beach from the beginning of the Lost World movie, where that little girl, Kathy, was attacked by a pack of Compsognathuses. Although it looks nothing like the beach in the movie, it's still an interesting little explore. And the audio adds to the mood. So yeah, it's an interesting little place to look around. And on a side note, I think this is a really good model, one of the best in Trespasser, because look at the bump mapping. That's really high quality compared to most of the stuff in the game. If you don't know what bump mapping is, don't even ask. Just look it up. On to secret number 3. Secret number 3, which if I remember correctly, I did in fact showcase in my LP. If I turn on fly here, you'll see that there's an entire valley that's just been cut off by a series of hills. Initially, these hills didn't even exist. It was supposed to be a big valley that you could walk through, and it could be a shortcut of sorts. I believe initially there was supposed to be a Triceratops herd here, which was to go under attack by a T-Rex, but once they figured out that the engine couldn't handle that many Triceratopses at the same time, they cut it, and they just decided to put hills here to keep you from accessing the valley. They removed pretty much all of the plants, but if you go into the beta build 96 that has been released, you'll see that this area is accessible and it has all the foliage. If you go all the way around, you'll end up here at the monorail. Nothing too special, but it's an interesting little explore in Beta Build 96. There are also some sideways trees, which always confused me. But they're stretched textures. On to secret number 4. I meant 5. Doi! But yeah, here is the 5th secret. Yeah, hang on, I need to turn the fly speed down a bit. But here we have, as soon as I can position myself correctly so that I'll fall on it and cause it to, here, you know what, I'll turn on bones for help. Yeah, that works. So as soon as I finish falling, here we have the Colt 45 pistol, the unused model, that can still be found in the backyard area, or the basement area, if you prefer to call it that. And doesn't even hold it properly, and has no sounds whatsoever, and just doesn't really work right. You can fire it like this. You can position up the sights. It actually does damage. It pretty much acts exactly, and you can see the muzzle flash there, doesn't really make sense. And you can also see that it has 100 rounds. I believe it was initially supposed to have 7. But, it works basically exactly the same as the toxic tranquilizer rifle found in the lab. It has no sounds, has very bad range, but actually does a decent amount of damage when you're within range. Nothing too special, just because it's boring. If you want to edit the instance table in Trespasser for the values and stuff, you can. I've done that before, given it sounds and stuff, and it actually works pretty well. I'd have no idea how to get Ann to hold it properly, or the default position, change it so that it's better. I'm not a programmer or a coder. I'm not that smart. So yeah. On to secret number 6. Secret number 6 I showcased in my LP, and it's pretty easy to find if you just look around a bit, but it's considered a secret. It's the Hunter bike model that can be found here on a hill. It's the only model of its kind except for the crushed Hunter bike model, which is only found in the basement/backyard area of this level. I'll probably show it off. Secret number 7. This is also considered a secret, secret number 7. It's a bit harder to find, and I don't know why it's considered a secret, since to me it just seems like a development overlook. The fact that you have to get on top of a rock to trigger that music trigger. They just accidentally put it too high. And I find it curious how, if you use Trespasser's level out with terrain feature, it puts it in almost exactly the same place where it already is. So if they just wanted to be quick about placing their triggers, that could have been the case, and they just accidentally put it too high.
The first task was genetic recovery.
On to secret number 8. Alright, this secret number 8, I'm just gonna show off in, like, all as put together. I consider this a secret personally. Shut up, John Hammond. Shut up, we don't have time for you. We don't have time for you. We don't have time for you. Thank you. There are actually 3 weapons that are, well, is it 3? No, it's 2, sorry, that are inaccessible. They're just on the hill, and I believe you were originally supposed to be able to get up there and find them as a secret, but now they're inaccessible, protected by backers. Here's the first one. It's a G3A3 Heckler and Koch 91, whatever the hell you want to call it, and it's on that ledge. Don't even try getting up there without using the fly cheat, because there's invisible walls there, aka backers, that keep you from... Why did you play the jumping sound? Oh, whatever.
In 11 months,
here's a Benelli that's also inaccessible. You can actually see it from the path itself if you look closely, but they're just kind of sitting there floating, not doing anything in particular, but it's inaccessible. Inaccessible. And I believe that this other one
extinction of species, the history
you were also supposed to get, but since this pond was here, you could actually go out there, so they didn't put any backers here, but yeah. That one which I got in my LP. And I do not consider the friendly raptors secrets, by the way. On to secret number 9. Secret number 9. I just personally consider this one a secret, and I have God mode on for this one. It's not actually a secret, it's more just like a game glitch that I want to show. You can go on up here, and then, if you get to a certain point in this waterfall, I don't remember exactly, yeah, there, you can actually fall down in here. And I forget exactly where, but I believe in a certain point it's actually possible to fall all the way through and down into this little gorge. Hang on, I'll start recording again when I can find it. Yeah, okay, now I'm down here, bit trippy. It's going all weird and trippy and glitchy and stuff. And there are rocks stuck in the wall for absolutely no good reason. Other than to show that there are rocks stuck in the wall, no. Other than just the fact that there are also plants and orchids like halfway submerged in the ground, and yeah, this place is just very, very dodgy. Yeah. Here's secret number, whatever, number 10, I believe, and the music's bloody loud. This, even though I showed it off in my LP, and it's quite easy to find if you just look around a little bit, it's still considered a secret. It's the pilot of the Biosyn helicopter. He's got an AK-47, and, you know, very easy to find. Just look around a little bit, but like I said, he's still considered a secret. No, don't fall off now, Anne. Yeah, right there.
Hasn't been used.
Why is the aim dot cheat on? I never typed that in the console. Seriously, I never did. I did not type that in the console at all, and now it's on. Stop confusing me, stupid game. I think it's a glitch with the fly cheat, because the fly cheat enables invulnerability and cloak. The cloak cheat, which makes dinosaurs not see you, but doesn't. It might enable the aim cheat just as like a glitch. Not sure. But hey, no one really cares. On to secret number 11. Alright, hopefully that Albertosaur over there doesn't mind me being around, but this secret involves a certain or another inaccessible weapon, and it's right inside this rock. There's a hunting rifle stuck inside the rock, and I found out that if I bring it up to the top of the rock, it's positioned exactly so that it looks correct on the side of the rock. So I believe it was initially supposed to be put on top of the rock, but they put it down by the terrain. They probably used some kind of auto feature to level all the objects out with the terrain or something. Didn't work all too well for that rifle though. And now on to secret number 12. Well, look where we are, less than 20 feet away from where we were. It's the floating padlock. I showed this off in my LP as well. Oi! Get off, stupid ground. It's a floating padlock that was originally supposed to be on this door. You can tell because there's a space for a lock right there, and there's also one on the door, but for whatever reason, they decided not to implement that. So now the rock is just, now the door is just laying on the ground, and the padlock is floating in the air. Don't ask me why that is, but for whatever reason they didn't want to implement it. And there's also one of Anne's voiceovers says cheap lock, which was probably meant to be there. That's just the remnants of it. On to number 13! Number 13 is almost impossible to miss, yet it's still considered a secret for whatever reason.
We were neither the only covert business to thrive in Central America nor the most dangerous.
Yep, that's right, folks. It's the smuggler's plane. There's also another model of this that has packets of marijuana scattered all over the floor of the plane, which obviously suggests that this was supposed to be drug smuggling. And it contains a nice AK-47 with drum magazine, but you know, it's almost impossible to miss, so I have no idea why it's a secret. And secret number, what was it? 14 is right up there on that hill. You probably know it already.